Pour yourself a cold one and join us for a show filled to the brim with fun,
Bite your tushy.
entertainment,
Donkey, don't give me that side.
information,
That is heavenly.
and a little weirdness.
Yeah, if you show up to the St. Patty's Day parade just with no green,
We're pinching you.
yeah, we're
Right
coming.
there.
We're coming at you.
With your permission, because we don't want to be sued.
It's Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
Hey, welcome to Happy Hour presented by Jennings Insurance Group. I'm your host, DJ Kyle. Well, I look a little bit different because I go hard on my Halloween costumes. My wife and I were Sonny and Cher this year for Halloween. That's why I went with the old mustache. So a little bit strange looking this episode, but I tell you what, we have a fantastic episode lined up for you. We're taking you out to McMiller Farms to see all of the new things that have been going on around the farm since last time we were on there. We also go on the trail with our good friend Bill Mulder, and we're talking a little bit about the history of Camdenton. And of course, we have a furry friends on the show today. A lot of fun right here at Happy Hour. Stay right where you are, and let's have some fun together.
At Jennings Insurance Group, we want you to have the best possible coverage and the knowledge to use it. We work with many insurance companies, but we work for our clients. Are you tired of being pushed into healthcare coverage you don't want or understand? At Jennings, we give you the right to vote. If you are looking for a consultant who will meet with you to explain your options, Jennings is the right choice. For many, healthcare coverage is one of the most important decisions. Make the right choice. Call Jennings today, 573-693-9443.
This reminder to drive safe and boat safe, brought to you by Price and Randall Injury Attorneys. And remember, buckle up and phones down.
A woman that was driving the other car, she had come around the bend and was coming at me head on. I was not allowed to walk or put any weight on my foot for a year. There's a lot of things that I could not do, and that was very hard to accept. Anytime I called, he would be right there on the phone immediately. You're not a number, you're not a paycheck coming in for him. You're not just a case that he forgets.
If you've been injured in an accident and you're scared and you need help, just pick up the phone and call Price and Randall, and we'll be there for you.
Hey, it's your good buddy DJ Kyle, and I want to invite you and all of your friends out to see me out and about on the town. We do trivia nights for those of you that love trivia. Come on out and see me every Wednesday night. I'm at Alley Cats down by the Strip at 6:30, and Thursday nights I'm at the Highlander Public House in Camdenton at 6:30. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring the fun. It's a great time. We'll see you there.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Hey, it's DJ Kyle. Welcome back on the McMiller Farm. It's so nice to have you guys back on the farm with us. And I'll tell you what, a lot has happened since last time we were on the farm. We had another apple butter. We've added a couple cows to the group. We had a couple chickens leave our property. We actually moved some goats to another place. We got some wild horses that we're trying to tame. And of course, we have someone that loves to be on camera. I'll tell you what, instead of us just telling you about what's going on here at McMiller Farms, let's actually see what's going on at McMiller Farms. Come on, follow me. Like I said, We got a couple new wild horses that we've brought onto our farm all the way from Wyoming, and we've been trying to get them to where they're okay with people talking to them and coming close to them and touching them, and she's doing such a fantastic job. Tell you what, we have so much other great stuff that's been going on here at McMiller Farms, and let me just give you some highlights. Tell you what, cue that beautiful animal footage. Come on, let's do this montage. This is Norman, our donkey. I like to call him Donkey. Isn't that right? Wow, he's very stone cold sober right now. Not sure what got into him once the camera started rolling, but Norman has been a part of our farm for a few years now, and he and the horses, it's a love-hate situation. They're almost like brother and sister. They like to chase each other around, and they like to kind of like nip at each other. You'll see that sometimes in the morning feedings. He likes to come in and bully his way in, but we still love it, don't we? Don't we? We get food, right? I think you do. Say hey to Norman. All right, you want to get it? Okay, come on. Okay, you gotta, oh, now I have a colic. I got a colic. My hair. This is Jack. He is our fainting goat that we have with us right now, and he's not fainting right now. He's doing okay. He's just hungry, so he wants to go and get some more feed. But Jack and I just wanted to say thank you so much for stopping by McMiller Farms. Hopefully you had a fantastic time while you were here, and next time, come on, swing by, and we'll see some more animals. We'll see you next time, right here on Lake TV and right here on Happy Hour. Come on, Jack. Here you go.
Frank. Let's go to the bloopers.
Jennings Insurance Group, your local agency, is here to help navigate your choices and remove the guesswork when it comes to health insurance and retirement solutions. You have the right to vote on your healthcare and financial future. Our licensed and trained agents are ready to talk with you today.
You've dealt with chronic knee, back, and even foot pain for years, and nothing has seemed to work. Until now. Introducing Beck Wellness Center's new specialty knee rehab program and neuropathy techniques you've probably never seen before. And they work. Board certified in neuropathy, experience Dr. Beck's breakthrough rescue program that can eliminate problems at their source. Try it to believe it. Give us a call today. Your healthier, happier life starts with Beck Wellness Center.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Welcome back to Happy Hour, and we are on the trail today with Bill Mulder. And Bill, we're out here on the square in Camdenton. Why did you bring us here on the square in Camdenton? What do we have going on today?
Well, it's 35 degrees and raining and sleeting, so
yeah, that's something.
The reason we're here, Camdenton holds a really unique distinction. This is the only 20th century county seat in the entire state.
Okay.
Now, what I mean by that, all the other county seats, since Camden County was formed as Kinderhook in 1841, were all set in the 18th or the 19th century. So everything was 1800s. But here we have this one that was formed in the 20th century.
Gotcha.
And the reason that happened was this, just right over our backs here and down over the hill is that thing called Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
And the original county seat was Oregon, which was over on the F Road side. If you go to the end of F Road, you're essentially in Oregon. That name was changed to Erie. Then they said, well, this isn't a good place for the county seat because we're down in the floodplain, blah, blah, blah. So they moved across the lake to Lynn Creek Cove.
Okay.
And that worked out real well for a while because they could get riverboats in there, and then they figured out, well, along with the riverboats comes this water, and that thing would flood. Then they moved it up the valley a ways, almost to where the end of the road is in Lynn Creek. If you go out Lynn Creek, through Lynn Creek to the end of the road in that cove, that's where Lynn Creek set.
Okay. Where the campground is now?
Where the campground is.
Okay.
Right in that area. Good. So that was fine and dandy till they said, we're going to build this lake. And that was in the 20s. And just as the Depression was setting in, that's when the lake was starting to flood. Well, they moved Lynn Creek one more time to its current location. And some folks said, well, listen, we've had all these flooding problems. We think maybe it should be up on the ridge. And a guy named Woodruff out of Springfield, a fellow named Banner, and a fellow named Webb put together this little syndicate, as they called it, and they purchased land up here. Now, where we're standing on the square, this was Bill Banner's farm.
Really?
He owned this. And he already knew that something was afoot and going to change, and they had the foresight to say, well, they're going to move the highway. 5 and 54 will intersect right here. This is it. And why not put the county seat here?
Yeah.
Well, there was only one little problem. You have to hold a vote to do that. So they put together some stuff and they threw this out there to people. They give them good reasons why. The people in Lynn Creek said, well, no, let's keep it down here. This is where we started and we should remain here. This is where the post office is. And they kept that discussion up and kept it up. And then it got serious. The little syndicate that Woodruff, Webb, and Banner put together were holding parties. They were doing barbecues up here on the hill and getting people up here to look at this and say, look what we can do up here. This could be a new and modern county seat. The vote was held and Camdenton was formed. Now, they didn't turn a spade of dirt until that vote happened. So it was still, Lynn Creek was still the county seat, but once that vote happened and they said, okay, this is it, they started building this city. And they built it on a really neat platform. It's a hub city.
Yeah.
So where we're standing right here in the middle of town, if you look at the way the town is platted out, we're in the middle of the hub. And the streets are like a spoke away from this hub. Something you will see is a lot of cool early 20th century Art Deco buildings around here. What you won't see are Victorian style buildings like would have been in Lynn Creek, because there was just nothing up here.
Yeah.
They did move a couple of buildings up the hill and put them on new foundations, but for the most part, everything you see here is pretty new.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking. So this city has only been here since 1931, and again, it is the only city that was, or county seat that was set in the 20th century.
Wow.
So it's a really unique distinction. And the nickname was always the Hub City, because it pretty much is right square in the middle of Camden County, and it's built in a hub pattern. So as time progressed, and it's hard for people to understand now how small this place actually was. So when it was initially built, this thing only went a few blocks north, south, east, and west. It was not as big as it is now, and it didn't have that many people. The one big thing they were concerned about was water. So they hired a well company to come in here, and right behind us is where the old water tower stood. They dug a 400-foot well, I should say drilled.
Yeah.
A 400-foot well. And it has just progressed over time. It is obviously the seat of government. The courthouse was built in '31. All of the buildings we see here behind us and across the street, these are all 1931 buildings. So that's how new this place truly is.
It's so cool. So from Kinderhook to
Camden,
Hub City to Camdenton,
yeah.
Like this is there's a lot of history here, but even a lot of young history.
Very young history, comparatively. You know, this place, this little city of Camdenton, holds on to its traditions. It holds on to some stuff, but it is a progressive little town that goes, well, you know what? We can grow, and we'll grow with you. I don't think it's ever going to be a big city. I kind of hope it doesn't become a big city. It's rather nice for us that live here. It's a neat place to go. You can't, if you've lived here for any time at all, you can't walk around Camden and not run into somebody you know.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
say hi. They have the farmers market here on the square during the summer. The Dogwood Festival, which April just around the corner.
Yep,
There's a lot of stuff that goes on. And this is almost the dividing line of the entertainment zone in the Osage Beach area, Lake Ozark area, to the more relaxed outdoor settings over here at Hawatonka State Park. And we're only like 3 or 4 miles from Hawatonka.
It's just that right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Now, prior to this becoming a town and prior to it being developed, this was kind of the dividing line between outlawry and legal. Because if you go over to Tonka, there's some really neat stuff that happened over there, like moonshining, bootlegging, and even counterfeiting.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to talk about that in the future, the counterfeiting that happened right here in Camden County, and it was a big deal.
Absolutely. Love On the Trail with you, Bill. Thank you so much for your knowledge of this wonderful town that we have here in Lake of the Ozarks, and I'm very excited to find out about that bootlegging there at Hawatonka.
We're going to have some more fun.
Absolutely. A whole lot more coming up right here at Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
Jennings Insurance Group is your hometown agency giving you control over your choices in healthcare coverage and retirement. We use insurance as a tool to positively impact your life, giving you the peace of mind to handle whatever life throws your way. Our licensed agents are ready to offer you solutions today.
This reminder to drive safe and boat safe, brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys. And remember, buckle up and phones down.
A woman that was driving the other car, she had come around the bend and was coming at me head on. I was not allowed to walk or put any weight on my foot for a year. There's a lot of things that I could not do, and that was very hard to accept. Anytime I called, he would be right there on the phone immediately. You're not a number, you're not a paycheck coming in for him. You're not just a case that he forgets.
If you've been injured in an accident and you're scared and you need help, just pick up the phone and call Price & Randall, and we'll be there for you.
Hey, it's your good buddy DJ Kyle, and I want to invite you and all of your friends out to see me out and about on the town. We do trivia nights for those of you that love trivia. Come on out and see me every Wednesday night. I'm at Alley Cats down by the Strip at 6:30, and Thursday nights I'm at the Highlander Public House in Camdenton at 6:30. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring the fun. It's a great time. We'll see you there.
Welcome to another edition of Furry Friends. I am Megan Albers. This is Mary Meow Me Tilly. We are out here in the yard to talk to well, hang out with more like, singer who is very shy today.
He is, and that's surprising.
Yeah.
So Singer, we featured exactly a year ago. He's been with us for like a year and 2 months now. And we recently, when we redid Sprite a few episodes back, Jessica came to me after that one and she said, next time you guys film, can we do Singer again? You know, he's just had his year anniversary at the shelter. We never like to see that.
Yeah.
And he's such a good boy, and we just don't understand, you know, why some of these dogs that we've had, you know, have been sitting here for this long. Singer, we estimated him to be about 1.5 years when he came in. And it was one of those, he's somewhere between 1 year and 2 years, so we're going to put him at 1 year and 6 months. So that puts him in our computer system. He is showing us 2 years and 8 months now.
Okay.
We listed him as a hound and lab mix. And he's a good boy. He is rather skittish of men.
Yeah.
And doesn't seem to like children.
Okay.
Other than that, that's his negatives.
Yeah.
But he does, you know, we have some male volunteers who have come in, you know, if he has time to, you know, get to know you gradually, you know, he will warm up.
Yeah.
So we feel like if there is someone who is interested in him who is either a male or there is a male in the household, he might be one of those that's a good idea to plan on coming multiple times to spend some time with him and get used to him.
Yeah.
Didn't really expect him just to shy away in the corner, you know, when he came out here. I figured he would come up to you, but so far he hasn't. Yeah. So, you know, you never know. But I have been told that he has done well with pretty much any dog that he has been with. That he is a high energy boy and he can play hard, but if you put him out in the yard with a dog that is not so high energy, he may start out that way until he realizes, oh, this dog doesn't want to play like this, and he will settle down and he will match the energy of the dog he is with.
Yeah, that's good.
So if you have another dog in the home, we hope that it would work the same way. You know, maybe if you bring your dog in for a meet and greet, maybe that initial, you know, it may take a little longer meet and greet than what we normally do, because if you have a dog that's a little on the calmer side, he may need a few minutes to realize that and make his adjustments. As far as cats goes, you know, when they are here in the side yard, that is right next to the catio, so they do see the cats in there. And I've been told that he just pretty much ignores the fact that they're there. You know, he doesn't really seem to pay a whole lot of attention to them. Sometimes that is a good indication. Sometimes it just means, you know, we've never witnessed him nose to nose with one. Because we didn't anticipate Elvis to be an issue with kitties, you know, until he got in a home with one. So, you know, you never know. It can be very hard to predict, you know, based on what we see here in the shelter. It's going to be potentially can be completely different than how they're going to be in a home. You know, sometimes they're real calm and skittish in the shelter, and then they get home and they're the exact opposite, bouncing off the walls, jumping onto roofs. You know, I mean, we've seen it and heard it all at this point.
And I mean, there is also an adjustment period. You know, they might like initially kind of be like, oh my gosh, like freaking out at first.
Right.
And then mellow out a little.
Yeah. And that's, so there's something that they call the 3-3-3 rule.
Okay.
So, you know, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months as an adjustment time. You know, 3 days to realize that, you know, this is a new environment for me. You know, oh, I belong here. 3 weeks to start, you know, really getting the routine of the house and the household and the people in it. And, you know, this is what is expected of me. And 3 months and this is all just an average. You know, 3 months on average to really start to feel completely comfortable in the home and like they belong there. You know, so what we see a lot of times is And sometimes it's a scenario of, we can't wait that long. If another animal in the house is in danger or something, like the situation with Elvis and the cat, Elvis, she felt like he was trying to attack her cat, and we completely understand that we can't put another animal at risk. Yeah. But sometimes we have animals that get brought back to us after a week or so, and we're not going to force the person to keep an animal in the home if they don't feel like it's the right thing, but a lot of times we feel like people don't give it the proper time frame, the proper opportunity for that animal to adjust. Yeah. And so that's one thing that people need to remember when they are adopting getting any new animal and bringing it in, but especially a shelter animal, because, sometimes a lot of times they're strays. We don't know their history. We don't know if they've ever been in a house before. Yeah. Sometimes they are, their owner has passed away, and that's how they've ended up here. So their whole life has completely turned around, and they, just like a human, they need an adjustment period. They need time to grieve their old life, and then they come into the shelter, and there's so many animals and so many smells, and it's noisy and chaotic, for the animals, and not all of them do well. Sometimes they're going to go into a home and it's going to be such a relief to them because it's quiet, I can sleep, I've got a couch, and that kind of thing. And sometimes they're nervous, and animals don't always adjust well to change, especially kitties. Yep. So it's just, anytime you're adopting an animal, you need to realize, there's going to be an adjustment period, and this animal may not walk into my house and be the perfect pet immediately. And, you just gotta understand where the animal is coming from and all of that.
Yeah, it's important to have that patience, and if you're willing to take the time to get to know Singer and offer him that patience, I highly recommend it. He is a super sweet dog. He's just very shy right now. Yep. Just a little timid. Just take some time for him to warm up to you. But like you said, he'll have lots of energy when he does, get warmed up and fit in well, and hopefully find a couch to sleep on.
Something tells me that if Jessica stays out in the yard with him after we wrap up here and the three of us leave, he will probly be bouncing off the walls and running zoomies around the yard.
A little bit of stranger danger happening right now. Totally understand. I get it. Well, of course, as always, I recommend come on down to the shelter to meet him, to hang out with him, lay on the ground, wait for him to come up and sniff you. You can also apply to adopt at ozarkscatandcanine.com. Thanks so much, Mary. It's been fun.
Yeah, of course.
That does it for another Furry Friends.
Hey, it's your good buddy DJ Kyle, and I want to invite you and all of your friends out to see me out and about on the town. We do trivia nights for those of you that love trivia. Come on out and see me every Wednesday night. I'm at Alley Cats down by the Strip at 6:30, and Thursday nights I'm at the Highlander Public House in Camdenton at 6:30. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring the fun. It's a great time. We'll see you there.
You've dealt with chronic knee, back, and even foot pain for years, and nothing has seemed to work. Until now. Introducing Back Wellness Center's new specialty knee rehab program and neuropathy techniques you've probably never seen before. And they work. Board-certified in neuropathy, experience Dr. Beck's breakthrough rescue program that can eliminate problems at their source. Try it to believe it. Give us a call today. Your healthier, happier life starts with Beck Wellness Center.
Thanks again for joining us right here on Happy Hour, presented by Jennings Insurance Group. And again, I want to say thanks to our sponsors for bringing you Happy Hour each and every week. And I hope you had a fantastic time here on the show as we took you out on the farm at McMiller Farms. And of course, are on the trail with our good friend Bill Mulder and our furry friends. We have another great episode of Happy Hour coming up next week. So stay right here to Lake TV, and we'll see you right around the corner.